riffing on dicks for a while, man.
Let the party set the floor. Let the party
I think we should start with the classic topic. I think something we've been discussing a while, and that's how would you prepare a dick? So a little context here. Nick and I would ask our chef boss how he would cook things. Like, you know, if you had to, do you think you could make a dog cook good or taste good? How would you cook it? And we came up with the idea of, like, if you had to prepare a dick to serve to somebody or yourself. I mean, I feel like, you know, every chef should taste his food.
Mm-hmm.
How would you prepare a dick that you would enjoy? And
That I would enjoy.
I mean, you'd have to cook it. If you're making it for somebody else, it's coming from a place of love. How would you cook a dick with love, Nick?
Cook a dick with love, my God. As loaded of a question as that is, I still don't have an exact answer. That's so open-ended. There's so many different ways. You'd have to deep fry it.
Would you have to deep fry it?
You know, you could honestly, what you could do, okay, Mike, is you could split it and have it be like a roll if you wanted to, and do them like dumplings, you know?
Wait, split a dick like a roll, like a hot dog bun.
Okay, so like
what are you talking about?
So like, okay, so you split the dick, okay? You gotta split that dick, and then you open it.
Like a butterfly shrimp?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, you know, you fill it with like some provolone and or goat cheese or whatever sort of sauce that you want there. You could do that, but you don't have to. See, this is a maneuverable substance, dick is, because it's kind of flabby.
Right. I think whatever approach you go with it, you have to do some work to it. You
have to work
just cartilage, essentially. Like, it's going to be like your nose trying to eat that, you know, something hard and rubbery. So whatever you do, you really have to put some love into it.
Sure. I remember bringing up the idea of a dick dessert. Like, you can fill it with like some ice cream and like, you know, some whipped cream coming out the end for the dad.
I see that. I can see skinning the dick.
Yes.
And then like deep frying the dick skin whole, and then making like it'd be like a dick crackling, essentially, you know.
Right.
And then filling that with cream, that'd be like a cannoli. That's a traditional Italian fucking old world recipe, dude.
Dude, a cock cannoli is what I would love to have right now. Okay, how would you cook the balls?
Well, I feel like people make balls already. They usually.
How would you make your balls?
My balls, man, my balls would be like earthy. I don't know how would you cook. How would you cook liver? I saute it with some onions, probably, dude. Some garlic,
some garlic butter in there,
splash of white wine, just to. I mean, if you're
bourbon,
you're gonna eat your fucking balls once, so you might as well go all out and put like some nice quality ingredients.
Bourbon balls, I don't think have been made, so that's.
I bet somebody's made bourbon balls of some sort.
What if you made like a beer batter for your balls? But you would have to get like tasty. You'd have to get like the veins too. Like, I'm not just like cutting your nut off right now. Like that would be the dumpling.
See, I feel like it'd be a lot of work. Like eating some my testicles would be a lot of work. You'd have to like clean the nut sack, fucking like take out the poop sack like a shrimp. Yeah. Like, it's more hassle than it's worth, dude. You're gonna do all that work. 35 minutes.
You know, a kitchen isn't easy anyway. So,
but then again, you could sell it at a fancy restaurant. Probably they'd be into that. Be an exotic. You know, how often do you get a chance to eat a fucking human nut?
Yeah, that'd be for all the uncles out there, fucking taking the family out. Like, hey, she ordered the penis dish.
It seems like a dad move to me. Like, at least like my old man, he'd always eat gross shit, just like, I think, to impress his kids. Like, you know, nasty canned meats, just anything gross and stinky. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm all about that." If you're going to use it in any other way than deep frying, you're probably going to want to stew that meat for a while. It's going to be fucking gelatinous and fucking hard. Like, I'd imagine it's probably like biting through a fucking pencil eraser, kind of. So I'd stew it with a bunch of spices.
Yeah.
You know, some chilies, probably just to,
Uh,
anything to tame down that gaminess of the dick would really help.
yeah. Would you use beer base or chicken base?
Oh, I'd probably do a little bit of both. My question is dick meat, would that be dark meat or white meat? Because that's going to depend on that's where the base is going to depend on.
Like,
I,
is it a white meat or is it a dark meat? Is it a meat?
is there any meat in it? I don't know. I
I
guess
don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I think the one thing that makes it hard is the blood. So if you drain the blood of it, then like,
it's just like a soft, chewy rubber band thing. It's just like fat and gristle, essentially.
yeah, you'd have to cook
Okay.
that with something. So like,
Um,
it could be like a veggie dish. Throw some onions in there, maybe a little red pepper and some green pepper, maybe some jalapeno if you're trying to make it Mexican.
you know what? I would probably, if I weren't to stew it, I would probably cut it up real thin, like little
Oh,
circles,
yeah.
and then batter it in just like a light tempura batter, maybe a beer batter.
Yeah, that sounds
Then
good.
and then fry that up like calamari. Serve it with some lemon, a little tartar sauce, some fresh ground black pepper on the top there, dude. Say goodnight.
Ooh, you had me at black pepper.
Because squid's a little chewy as it is sometimes, and I
Yep.
feel like
Mm-hmm.
the shape and the consistency would be kind of similar. So I think if you disguise it with the lemon and everything else, you could get away with it. I didn't
Do
hear
you know what
about
a
this.
turducken is? Do you know what a turducken
Oh,
is?
yeah, it's the turkey stuff with the chicken stuff with the duck.
What if you made a turdicken where it's six hard dicks all around it, filled with whatever you want, sausages, whatever sausage is made, Italian sausage, pork.
Mm.
Maybe one of them can have pulled pork, so you can pull that pork while you eat the rest of it.
It's almost like you'd be using the dick as like a sausage casing.
Yeah,
And like stuff, or like a haggis, like a dick haggis that you're just stuffing with whatever you
yeah,
want to
but
be
like
good.
haggis is kind of gross. That would like turn people off from dicks for a while.
Well, it's like a stuffed stomach, same idea, stuffed dick instead.
It, yeah, but it would be done in like an Italian sausage way. That's what I'm trying to make. I'm just trying to make dicks into
Okay,
Italian sausages while you eat your
sure.
turkey or whatever chicken. It'd be like a new breakfast thing. Put some egg on it.
Some eggs and some Jimmy Dean fucking dick sausages.
Yes.
You'd bite into it and be like, oh man, that snap. That's how you
Oh
know it's the good
yeah.
shit.
It's the hat. It's oh,
A fucking dick snap. What about like a dick tartare? You just chop it up super fine,
really
coat
thin.
it in like a quail egg, you know, uh, some kind of fancy vinegar on that bitch, and some like spices, and call it a fucking day, dude. Eat it raw.
Ooh, like eating it raw, like raw
Yeah,
dick. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Because that's few and far between. Like if you were the only restaurant that served raw dick, like cooked that way, like or made that way, like that's perfect. Throw it next to a salad,
I
like
feel
next to
like
some
like
green mix.
a fancy motherfucker be like a foodie be all about it. It's like, I had the
Yes.
raw dick. Oh.
Oh, it's moderately priced.
Moderately priced at $49.95.
Uh, it's moderately priced for somebody like me that loves to eat this cuisine. It is the best dick in town. I couldn't imagine the last time I had dick.
We're
Cooked so finely.
taking pictures of it and shit,
Yeah, putting it on
posting it
Instagram.
as it happens.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to know.
I
I
still
can
like the
see
turducken idea
it's not a bad idea,
because
I
it'll serve a lot, but you also need a big dick to serve these many people sitting around the table at Thanksgiving,
that's true, dude. Some people could get skunked on the sausage size. If
right?
we if we if we go like with the all natural dick casing, you could either be getting a bratwurst or like a little fucking like a little smoky, It's kind of luck of the draw, unfortunately.
Okay, dick and barbecue sauce.
I think if you're gonna do a barbecue approach, you stuff the dick You smoke it, low heat, a
Oh
lot of smoke.
yes.
Smoke it like for like fucking,
Smoke that dick.
I don't know, like 27 hours, something retarded like that, dude. Just
Yeah.
cook the shit out of it.
Throw some cumin in there, and then
Then
throw some
maybe,
dried basil, maybe some bay leaf if you wanted to.
well, you gotta have a bay leaf.
One of them. Throw some goddamn fresh basil on that bitch. You know, put it at the base of it. Make it a little bit funny.
I'd give it a tangy sauce at the end, like a fucking
Uh,
like a mustard or a vinegar
no,
fucking
cream of
barbecue
mushroom.
sauce.
Gotta go cream of mushroom, dude.
Cream of some young guy coming out of it.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Mix it with some pineapple juice.
Ladies will appreciate that.
Oh, dude, everybody would love it. Children. Let's say about boiling a dick like a pot sticker.
That could work a couple of different ways, man. I could see it working out all right, or I could see it getting harder and more rubberier. You
No,
know? No.
no. I don't think so. I think it gets a little bit more softer if you boil it.
Oh, you're convinced boiling the dick's the way, huh?
Yes, absolutely. Throw it with some rice. Well, some cheesy rice, you know, get some saffron in there.
What if you extract the fucking dick cartilage and like somehow make gummy bears out of it? I think that'd work pretty good.
You think dick bears would be
Be creative, or like maybe like a fucking, I don't know, fruit by the foot or something.
like a fruit roll up? Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Maybe, well, how would you do that? Out of just the dick skin, man? Like, that's gonna be tough.
I don't know, man, but they like make shit out of gelatin. That's like pig fat and shit. I feel
Right.
like there's got to be a way to cook down some fucking dick cartilage and to
So,
make
hear me
gummies
out.
out of it.
Hear me
Yep.
out. What if you now this could just be going far with it. Or what I'm thinking is that you could take the dick itself and 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 reduce it down to where it's like, and then infuse it with bread somehow. I'm not sure
I,
how you would do that, right?
I guess you could saute it in a pan and just collect the drippings and use that as the fat content for some dough and make a nice dick loaf of sorts.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's where I was going with it. Yeah, like a dough would be perfect because
The dick's got just enough fat, dude, just enough
just enough. It has to
enough
be it
drippings.
has to be a girthy motherfucker too.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
would
You
have
can't.
okay, you would have to use the liquid from the balls.
You have
How
to
about
like
that?
cook it
Like
down a little bit.
yeah, that's where the flavor is. That's where you add your garlic powder and the garlic cloves.
Yeah, I think we're talking about how to cook a dick here, Nick. You put balls in the equation. That's cheating.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Let's leave
That's
the
no fair.
let's leave the fucking testicle juice
All
out
right.
of it.
I'm sorry. Listen, I went too far on this podcast and I sincerely apologize to all the ball lovers out there and the dick connoisseurs. Can't believe I did that. So sorry.
I wonder if you chop up the dick really fine when it's raw and make a nice ceviche out of it, if that'd be all right.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
That'd probably be okay. Yeah.
Cut it into circles and then you can make like a ratatouille out of it. Something
Ooh.
make it
Yeah.
nice. Use the dick skin and like fold it like all the different avenues for like a flower, like a like one of those bacon roses that they make. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
like a dick rose. Like there you go, babe.
Not a bad idea. I think
Oh,
cutting it thin in ratatouille style would make it more palatable, easier to chew.
sure.
That could work. And then you cook it low and slow and develop a lot of flavors in that dick. And
Let me tell you, it's few and far between. This Wang ratatouille is fantastic.
yeah, the asshole fucking food critic's like, oh,
Yeah.
this is the best dick I've ever had.
No, now this is how you cook a dick.
Mm, my,
The penis is so dandy.
this is divine.
This is perfect for a night out on the town. That's a lot of ways to cook a dick. I didn't realize there were that many. Last time we did it, it was a
Possibilities are
10-minute segment.
endless.
Yes,
I think there's more than one way to skin a cat in this scenario.
absolutely. There is, and that recipe will be that person's legendary idea.
Right, that's the one like you pass down for generations. Is
Yeah.
that dick cooking recipe that grandma
Yeah.
taught you?
It's on a lined piece of paper in a safe, and that safe is in another safe. This is how the recipe came about for Dickin.
Yeah, I don't know if we should even disclose all this information now. I feel like our secret's out.
Oh no.
Dicks are probably delicious, and
I know.
if you do it right, I think anything can be cooked right, and I think a dick is definitely there's options there.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. What animal has the tastiest dick?
Probably a fucking veal dick, a baby cow dick,
A
because they
baby
don't.
cow dick.
Baby cow dick would probably be the best.
Mm,
What are you
maybe.
thinking? Are you thinking like a small animal dick, like a rare animal dick would be
Like,
better?
no, like you could get a bunch of pigeon dicks and like use it like crumplies almost.
What do you mean crumblies? What are you gonna put crumblies on? Are you making like an apple crumble and
So
putting pigeon
like
dicks on the top?
so like crumplies is like this like
Wait, isn't that what they give you at Long John Silver's? They give
yes.
you, and they're just like the little deep fried bits of shit.
Yeah. You could do that just with a bunch of pigeon dicks. Why not?
That probably wouldn't
Throw
be
some
so bad.
throw some chili on there, you know?
That'd
Oh,
be all, that'd be all right, dude. Yeah.
yeah, see? Turn it into a casserole. I don't give a shit.
Well, like out of
But
all the
no,
birds,
not
you went for the pigeon first.
no. No, no, no. I said no. I said no to the pigeon dick. Okay? Because I need a lot of fucking pigeons, and that piss off Mike Tyson something awful. So
It's true.
I would probably go with I think buffalo dick would be all right.
That's not a
You
bad
know?
choice. I would
And
normally be into like a pig dick, but pig dicks are also
no,
kind of corkscrewy. Well,
no.
just I'm a pork lover. I think it's all delicious, but the dick just looks so unappetizing. You
Yes.
know,
That looks awful. I mean, you could like unravel it and like turn it into like a Jesus, like a chicken katsu almost, and just have individual dicks just boiled and just
I
stretched
just
out and cooked.
fucking fry it whole. It looked like a fucking curly fry. And duck dicks look disgusting, but I bet you a duck dick wouldn't taste too bad. Ducks are really rich usually.
Sure. I always found them to be a little bit sweet. Sweet, but like, gamey almost.
You think a
So
duck
yeah,
dick would be too gamey for you, Nick?
a duck dick would be too, but it definitely have like a chewy texture to it, like a chewiness to it.
Probably. You'd either have to like cook it a bunch or barely cook it.
Right.
I'm
And
not
that's
sure which
where
approach would be right.
and that's where it could get tricky too.
I feel like same thing with a human dick. It's one of those things you'd have to experiment with and either barely cook that cocksucker or fucking broil it. So who knows how good a dick could be?
Yeah. I mean, that's the sad part about this whole idea that we don't know.
Yeah, we don't have a bunch of dicks to cut up and
No,
cook up. That's yeah.
unfortunately.
That's
It's tough.
you may never know.
It's a mystery now. How will a dick be so good? How can it be so good?
Like we'll just have to wait and find somebody that's eating a dick to get arrested and ask them how they did it.
Yeah. Ooh, exclusive interview.
Never know. Yeah,
Never
might
know.
line something up.
Hey, it could happen. Yeah. But yeah, for my answer for tastiest dick would probably have to be a buffalo.
Makes sense.
Probably. Plus they're kind of clean.
What's a fish dick look like? So I feel like a tuna dick might not be too bad. I don't know what a fish dick looks like. Do they have dicks? I don't think they have dicks.
I don't know. I think they might lay eggs. I might just let.
I think they just jizz out of holes in their bellies.
That's a seahorse,
Nah.
you dumb fuck.
Well, I mean, yeah, some fish lay eggs, and then other ones just fucking roll by and jizz on them. Like salmon. It doesn't look like they got dicks. I mean, they might have dicks inside their bodies. I just don't know, man. I don't know enough about fish.
Yeah. I don't know either. I definitely don't know how to cook a fish dick.
Save that for another episode, I guess.
How would you cook a fish dick?
I got to find out what it looks like first.
Here it is. This is
got a fucking beer gut.
Yeah. Bigger penises, bigger the brain.
Oh,
So it would be that, I think. I mean, it really doesn't point it out. There's a fish with genitals on his head.
ooh. Oh, that guy's
Phal-
packing. Look at his gobbler.
Phallostethus coulong is a fish located near the throat. So this is a cock.
Nice.
So that,
That cock's all balls.
like, look at that fucking thing hanging off of that. That's
Looks like a turkey baster that got the end cut in half.
right. That's like a hook. And that's fucked up. This fucking thing has genital hooks. So
Nice.
all of these could, and then that's that.
What
Which
is that? Is that a dick?
that would be the dick.
That's the dick.
This is like a
Looks like a fucking monster.
it's gigantic.
It looks
It
like
look,
a fucking baked potato that someone's growing like succulents in or something. That's terrifying.
oh, awful. Like, what is this? What do you need this for? So, of all those dicks, which one would you cook? You cook this one.
Yeah, I mean the one I could see the dick. That's what I'd cook. And I'd probably cook the whole thing, man. I'd cook that little
Right?
thing. I'd deep fry it up and eat it head first.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel
where
like
the
that's it's like one of those like it'd be like a traditional fish to eat in some village, and you have to eat the head first because it's got the dick on it.
yeah, that's where you get the most meat, and then the rest of it can be sucked out.
Exactly.
That's the fish dick discussion.
Learning stuff every day.
Yes, right.
You're gonna mix
Yeah,
that shit with mayonnaise and slop like a fucking pig slut anyway, so who
Ugh.
cares?
Oh god. Yeah, can I get some ranch
Yeah.
with this, please?
Yeah, can I get some wet with my soggy ass fucking turd sandwich?
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you want. Paying the bills, lady.
And now
Well,
we're coming across as having strong opinions on tuna sandwiches.
of course.
I don't know if that's the way we want to go.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
All right. There you
Get
go.
ready to get a way to throw away fucking a lot of people that could potentially listen, Nick. They feel
No.
isolated because you don't like tuna sandwiches.
Not a
And now
tuna sandwich guy, man.
I'm framed as not liking tuna sandwiches. I mean, they're all right.
Yeah, like if that's all you gave me, I mean, I wouldn't turn it down.
Just give it a chance, Nick. That's all I'm saying. My dad used to make us fucking tuna sandwiches with Miracle Whip. You ever eat Miracle Whip, Nick?
Mm-mm.
Disgusting.
Awful.
Disgusting. It's not mayonnaise. It's like mayonnaise, but like sweet. It's horrible. Oh
Ugh.
man,
So
the
sorry.
worst.
I had Miracle Whip one time because I thought it was mayonnaise and it wasn't.
No, it's not
Awful.
mayonnaise.
Awful.
Salad dressing, they call it. That's like an old white person thing, I think.
Ugh.
Because it seems to be like an old person thing that's still
Right.
like hanging on. Somehow the boomers are hanging on to fucking Miracle Whip.
Yeah, we can't lose Miracle Whip anymore.
I don't know a single person besides my dad. It's like, oh, Miracle Whip fucking slaps. Like no one else likes it.
No,
He's keeping them going.
of course. Well, God bless him. I mean, somebody
Yep,
has to
he's tried.
get a bunch of them and like make like a ice cream out of them, like a new flavor. You know, you just have little bits of dick in there.
Yeah.
Sweeten it up somehow, like a birthday cake idea.
I'm wondering if you'd make some kind of reduction or not reduction, but I guess it would be a reduction. Just like make some kind of sauce out of the dick and infuse that into the ice cream.
Mm.
I think texturally it'd be hard to put a chopped up dick into an ice cream unless you fried it, maybe making it crunchy, you know, something like that. Or maybe what do they do to like rice to make Rice Krispies? I think they air fry it essentially. So air fry little bits of dick, swirl that into the ice cream.
Mm.
Little chocolate in there, like a salted caramel milkshake, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw some
Something
cum in
with
there.
salt.
Like just a little
Oh yeah.
just a little something in there. It's a secret recipe, okay? It was locked in 2 vaults.
Oh, I would definitely like, you know, it's cheating, but I would squeeze a little bit of the nutsack juice into the milkshake.
Oh yes. See?
Just a little
Coming
bit.
around. We're
Yeah.
coming around.
I think at that point you want the taste of dick. You need the essence. The essence comes from the ball bag. So why not?
It's fulfilling.
Give the people what they want? A little extra protein never hurt anybody.
No. and you reduced it down, so like, it's like a goop at that point. I mean, whatever. Put that with anything. Just like a
I think we're
salted
onto
goop
some.
there. See?
Yeah, if we had a supply of dicks, we could just open a restaurant. It'd probably do all right for whatever reason.
Do you have a reliable source for cum?
I mean, if it doesn't have to be human. I don't know, man. I work with a limited supply myself, so
Yeah.
humans hard to come by.
Yeah, and they're so unreliable. If you miss one shipment, you're fucked. So, all right, fine.
Oh yeah, how am I gonna make my chowder now?
I mean, for fuck's sake, man.
Can't do it without cum.
Yeah, you came, you, you know.
Making grandma's famous corn chowder without cum. Are you kidding me?
You're dishonoring my grandma right now, okay?
You fucking fool.
You're coming in my face.
I'm
But
just
no,
gonna
you're
close
not.
the restaurant down, dude. I can't do it without cum. It's
Come
the
on,
only
man.
way.
That's my bread and butter.
Can you imagine having a cum guy that you had to like answer to?
What if he's like the most awful worker too? Like you do not want cum from this guy.
I mean, you'd have to make do. I'm sure it'd be one of those guys that like they come through every now and again when you need them to, but they're all unreliable. They all are.
Yeah.
It's a premium product. There's not a lot of it out there on the market, you know.
And it's like, my guy, don't lie to me. Are you a reliable source for cum or not? It's like,
be a straight shooter, dude.
Be a straight shooter, man. I'm not even fucking with you. Like, this is my peanut butter and my jelly. So I need my cum. Okay?
Can you imagine being the guy that like your whole restaurant's just cum based and you need this guy to like operate?
Dude, I need my cum, okay? Like, I'm not going to fuck with you, okay?
Well, what would a cum based restaurant be called?
Oh,
What do you name it?
Name a cum based restaurant. Jizzatorium or something fancy. Jizzeria.
There you go. Yeah, it'd have to be a fancy joint.
Delicat a cum.
I was originally thinking like some kind of corn dog place where you jizz in a batter and call it baby batters. just fry different shit in jizz batter, but
you could serve that in a food truck.
Serve it to children, fucking old people, whoever you want, Asian ladies, you name it. I feel like it's probably such a premium item it would need to be a fancy restaurant that was serving it.
Dude, make a sauce of it.
A jizz sauce, huh?
Dude, charge like $1 for a to-go thing of it? Yeah.
Man, yeah, you need a good cum guy for that still.
Still. It's awful, isn't it?
I think that's probably the only reason we're not seeing more cum-based restaurants is because there's not a good supplier of cum out there for the people.
Right. Dude, the orders must be horrendous to go through.
Well, I couldn't even imagine.
No. Like,
and the shelf life's got to be like nothing. That shit'll be all stinky and gross in no time.
Yeah, it's all brown. Nah. You got to send it back. Oh, imagine like sending back a jar of cum because it's all brown and like out of date, expired like 2 days ago. Like,
yeah, this shit's like 3 days old, dog. I can't use it anymore. I can't make fucking mayonnaise and whipped cream out.
I mean, so with that, it would have to be frozen because they freeze cum all the time. So like, keep it there, and then when you pull it out, you just kind of go from there, and then
you'd have to like, I feel like, thaw it out little by little and kind of serve it by the order, because I think you're right. Freezing it would be key. Got to get it done right then and there.
But then again, you have to understand the limitations of cum here. I mean, if you got cum next to the fries, you're gonna have a bad time because the fries are gonna be good, but this cum, it can go bad in there. It could get freezer burn. It could get too hard to where like you would have to like wait a minute, and all these people are waiting for their jizz, and it's like, dude, like, sorry. And nobody wants to do that.
If you try cooking it, you'd really have to temper it. Otherwise, it'd kind of get the consistency of fried eggs. And nobody wants that with their cum. Nobody wants fried cum egg whites.
No, dude. And that's just awful taste anyway, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause then it's gooey, and like, I don't want to do that. So you need it for like a sauce, or or something, or like a milkshake.
Yeah, use it raw as a raw ingredient.
But
as fresh as possible, of course.
Like you said, the cum market is just it's filled with such dirt bags.
It's true. It's not cum most of the time.
The real cocksuckers.
Well, if they were cocksuckers, they'd have more cum, Nick. That's what they
No,
want you to believe.
dude, it's like, man, it's like they know what they have and they don't want to give it up. For fuck's sake.
Fucking water it down, dude.
Yeah, what kind of supplier are you? Maybe all these can be in the restaurant. Like, just throw a corn dog in there as a whoa. They got cock dogs.
I mean, why not? I mean, it's exotic. It's something different, and it's definitely something that would catch people by attention. Like, can you imagine going to a fancy ass restaurant? They want like $30 a plate for the shit. You see a fucking dick corn dog on there for fucking $7.99. That's a bargain.
Bargain.
Like, you're like, huh, I'd be stupid not to try the dick corn dog. And there you
Yeah.
go. Bam, bam, dick skin stuffed with dick meat sausage.
On a stick.
Covered in dick or jizz batter. And then like a nice creamy fucking jizz honey sauce or something like that on top.
Yes.
Powdered sugar, powdered dick meat. You dehydrate the dick flesh and then you powder it. You sprinkle it on top with a little sugar.
Ooh.
Say goodnight. Say goodnight.
Oh yeah. Oh, sprinkle in some paprika maybe.
Ooh, yeah. See that would put it over the top. That'd make it like fancy for white people. They're like, yeah, this is good, but I want some kind of goofy flavor on top of that to make it like next level.
Sure. Yeah, something that they're not used to.
Like a little spicy for no reason. I'm like, oh shit.
Ooh.
Okay, I see what they're doing.
I see what they're doing. Just throw some
spicy dick corn dog dessert surprise.
Damn. Oof. So good. On a stick? My God.
Yeah, I think people are lucky we haven't started a restaurant yet, or else fucking game over.
Yeah, I mean, we're taking the market by storm. Okay, leaps and bounds. Okay, we ride the dick restaurant market till the wheels fall off.
Oh, there's a market for it, man.
I mean, my God, $7.99 for a cock dog, bro.
It's a fine dining cock dog too. Like,
yes.
Don't let the price fool you. Don't let that fool you.
No.
$7.99 goes a long way. You're getting your bang for your buck.
Listen, I wanted to feel like a poor person for the rest of my meal, and the cock dog is where it's at.
It's not just a rich man's meal. I feel like anybody should be able to come in, enjoy a nice fucking cock, not break the fucking bank to do it, and go home and talk about it. Like feel proud of what they just did.
Yeah, like, and it might be somebody's favorite meal. We don't know.
It likely will be. I think people will leave there feeling like, wow, I got great value. This was a great meal. Like they're gonna like go to social media with this shit.
Yes, I mean,
the value is there.
Yes, it is a fulfilling meal. It fills you up. I mean, there you go. End of discussion. I don't want to hear no shit about, no, I don't think you should do that. No, fuck you. Cocks for everybody.
Yep, I might start a fucking dick food truck. Who knows?
But you need a good dick guy too.
It's true. That could be harder than a cum guy, really.
But at the same time, if you have a solid dick guy and like he's fine with you and only you like selling his dicks, then I mean you got a friend for life. You know what I mean? Like
it'd have to be a real personal connection. You'd have to really know your dick dealer. Yeah, become homies with them. And
you gotta know them.
Some level of exclusivity.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, you can sell to other people, but I'm first. If I need the dicks, you give me the dicks.
Please, right? Like whatever they're asking for, whoever's out there,
I'll pay you.
Like I will get you. You're my fucking guy. You're my dick.
Market value always, dude. I won't dog my dick guy. Never.
No, ever. No. He's my dick guy for life. That's my guy.
That's the kind of guy you give a bottle of wine to on Christmas.
Yes.
fucking you get to know his family a little bit. Like you
Yeah,
grow up with the family, keep up with them and shit. You know, get to know his wife. Get too drunk at a Christmas party one year. You
yes,
get
of
real close
course.
with these people.
Yeah, you hug him for no reason. Like when he comes by, like, hey, Marcus,
And
holy
you bump
shit, I
into the
haven't seen you
fucking
in a while.
Walmart. You're like, oh, great to see you
Fuck,
guys. Oh,
man.
how's little Marty doing? You know,
Yeah, yeah, he knows Marty and Ophelia. You know, so they're going places together.
yeah. It's got to be a mutual thing. Everyone's got to win in that scenario.
Yeah, the cum guy, he can go fuck himself.
Yeah,
You
come
swallow
guys.
some cum, you
They,
asshole.
they come and go. You know, but
Yeah, it's
a good
awful.
a good dick guy. That's hard to come by.
Hard to come by, and a hard cum guy is just awful.
This is retarded.
You want to do Terminator versus Predator?
We can. That's easily done.
A T-800 Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
So that's what it has to be. Okay.
Yeah, because the T-1000, that's tough.
That's like cheating.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's big cheat.
Um, I don't know. You got to look at it from both sides. I think the Predator instinctively and just like athletically is a better killer. That's what they do. That said, a T-800 has better armor, potentially
Yep.
better weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Something I was actually thinking about too is a Predator does rely heavily on its like body heat sensing ability to like
Yep.
track down its prey. I wonder how that would affect a T-800. I don't know what their like body heat would look like.
I don't think that they have any, to be fair.
Right.
There's moving parts, of course, but
So
uh,
yeah, some heat would be generated, but like not enough. I don't know
no.
if how well a Predator could see without using that. I'm not really entirely sure.
And the Predator too can go invisible, and I feel like the T-800 has some heat senses too. So
Oh, it's got to.
it's got to have it, right? So, but that Terminator vision is what's saving this dude pretty much. I mean, you got all the statistics right there, how much it weighs, where it's at, how, what his oxygen levels are, what's his heartbeat. We're going with brute strength against this feral kind of act that he's got.
No, if we're just going strength based, you got to give it to the fucking Terminator, man. That's a
Right?
machine. All
Yeah, that's
hydraulics and goofy shit like that, man. It's gonna.
in strength alone, the edge goes to Terminator with that one. But at the same time, you got this feral, like just a murderer. That there's some striking power there. But if you hit him in the right spot, he's going down.
Well, I feel like a Predator. They're probably like definitely better at hand to hand combat. Just probably fighting in general. You know, they're going to be more advanced in like an AI program. They're gonna. This is what they do for fun, for
Yeah,
sport.
of course.
They're going to be better fighters. They're going to be more creative, tricky. You know, I think depending on the setting, if a Predator were to like trick a Terminator into getting like hurt or killed, that might be their best bet.
Yeah,
It just kind of depends on what kind of fight they're having.
yeah. I like a fight to the death was the initial me with the homies. It was a fight to the death. Like, so
And
no holds barred, fucking just go out there and kill.
I also know that a Predator, his weapons will fuck up the human easily. He's got goofy ass like cannons and shit.
Right.
I don't know how much damage that would do compared to a fucking thing made out of steel in comparison. Like it could fuck him up. It could not. Um,
But
you know, it
it's like
could tear through
multiple
flesh.
yeah, multiple shots from that thing, it's going to do some pretty significant damage. This thing hasn't gone against a Terminator with increasingly amazing like intelligence. It learns everything that you're doing. So, I mean, a Terminator can pick up on it like right there, like what you're going to do. Like and if you're going to give the Terminator a gun, then I mean, it's lights out. In this sense, I feel like the Terminator would be a good submission. Not really like a
Sure.
not a groundwork type of guy. I think the Terminator could use his legs a little bit better than the Predator, but the Predator is also like a Taekwondo master, so it's hard to go against that. Also, like the Predator also has a little bit of a height advantage, I feel, because he can climb trees and he can get out of it. So
It's true.
it's like that for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I think physically, like movement wise, the Predator does have more advantages. It'd be able to dodge a lot of the Terminator's attacks, and it'd be able to like get the element of surprise a lot of the time too. I feel just
Yeah,
because it's so much more advanced, so used to fighting compared to an AI program, so that makes it trickier.
yeah. It definitely puts an edge to neither of them. I'd say that.
I lean Terminator, um, just because I know that a Terminator uses a gun that's going to fuck up a Predator. Predator's weapon, who knows how much that'll fuck up a Terminator compared to
Right.
like a human being. I think just the durability of the Terminator will make it come out on top.
Sure. I get. I'm leaning towards Predator. That has a self-destruction. I
I
mean,
mean, that's true.
in
Does
the
that
end,
really, do you really win if you fucking blow yourself up?
I mean, it's
Don't lose, I guess.
yeah, like that's where it gets sort of tricky. It's like if a Predator, let's say they go through the fight, they're beating the shit out of each other, Terminator's missing half a face and like his arm gets ripped off somehow, and somehow he gets an edge because he's learning all this, right?
Hmm.
And a Predator does that self-destruct, is the Terminator going to be demolished? Because
That's a good question.
then
I don't know.
that's the deciding factor between it if the Predator wins in a self-destruction or the Terminator for withstanding that blast.
Yeah, I think it could go either way. It really depends on like what
Oh,
they're loaded with, like explosion wise. They don't have a lot of like armor and shit on, so like shrapnel's not really going to be a factor. It's really whatever the explosion itself is going to have to kill the Terminator,
yeah.
and
I
that we don't know. They don't really show that, so maybe they're born with bombs inside of them. Who
Ooh,
knows?
mm, like as like a safety out. Would you be okay calling it a tie?
I wouldn't be
Oh,
opposed to that. I could see that being a tie. Um, I
that's
think they're really evenly matched. And it's really going to come down to like the strength and the durability of the Terminator versus like the overall fighting knowledge and expertise of the Predator. And I could see that going either way.
I'm still sticking with Predator. Sorry.
Oh, it's all
That's
right. I mean, I definitely see the argument for it.
yeah, that's a controversy.
Well, until somebody makes a shitty movie about it, we'll probably never know.
That's right. It needs to be made.
I'm surprised it's not a fucking movie already.
Who would lose a leg first?
Mm. See, that's another thing to consider is like if a predator does see the Terminator and sees him as a human, they're going to be trying to do all these moves that like, oh, this is going to chop off a dude's leg, no problem. And then they try to
Yeah.
do it and like, oh, this ain't working. It's got a
And then
fucking metal leg, that ain't
and then
cutting it.
kicks him in the head, and then that's like he's concussed because that's a hard hit,
Yeah.
like with little energy.
Oh, just like a fucking battery going bleep bleep, and that'll do it.
Yeah. How many rounds? They're going the
Uh,
whole fucking way. They're going
well,
12 rounds.
if we're going the distance, it's going to be a Terminator. It can't get tired. I'd assume a Predator after so long will get tired.
Yeah. So there's a fatigueness to it. So the edge would go there to Terminator, I would think.
Yep. If the Predator can't get it done right away, then yeah, it could go Terminator. I mean, it's true. He could use the self destruct when he gets tired, and that could end the fight.
I'm saying neither. What do you think?
I'm going to still lean towards Terminator, but yeah,
Towards Terminator.
I could see the argument for either side on this one.
It's a split decision for the Terminator versus Predator. Wow. I
And
thought you,
jury's out.
I, th- I like when I initially thought about this topic, bringing it to this. I had a feeling that it would be unanimous, and it ended up not being so unanimous. So that is surprising.
That's a good thing, though. I mean, I think there's
Yeah.
a lot to, leave to the imagination. We don't know.
We just don't know.
I think I know who'd pull it off, but I mean, it's a good matchup. So
Yeah.
it's one of those things I wouldn't be surprised if either or takes it. So Nick and I were thinking we would discuss what sect or race of people we think would maybe have the stinkiest shit.
Right.
And this is in no way meant to be offensive to anybody.
No,
I'm going
absolutely not.
purely based off of like diet and lifestyle is where I'm gathering my information to determine who I think has the stinkiest shit. It's nothing personal,
No.
but
No,
you
never.
know, I think there are some factors that would determine who might have the stinkiest shit, and this is purely just opinion based.
Sure. Absolutely. I have to reiterate that this is a no correlation to any sort of hate for any other race of people. We love everybody.
My shit smells really bad, so like if
Hey,
I don't want anyone to think that I'm picking on anybody. My shit
smells
stinks
awful.
so bad, so like please
Yes.
don't take any offense to this. We all have stinky shit.
Dude, and I'm a diabetic, so there's no sugar in my shit. So there's no way to sweeten it up. So I got the worst shit. There's no sort of rotting chocolate or, cake batter in there to really give it that spice. So mine is just all water and fucking goddamn just insulin and just longevity. My shit is dark sometimes. So
Nice. Mine too if I drink too much.
Yes, right. So we got some stinky shits, but who else has the stinkiest shit, do you think?
Well, you want me to lead off?
Yes, lead off, please.
I had a few ideas. I'll start off with the Vietnamese.
Oh,
I feel like all the food, like Vietnamese food, is typically really spicy. I feel like
sure.
that would lead to some nasty shits. They
A lot of starch.
a lot of starches, a lot of spice, a lot of they use a lot of like fish oil, fish paste, fish sauce in their recipes. I think that might end up being kind of stinky. Whole lot of garlic, a lot of onions in their recipes. Right. I think they just eat enough stinky foods to where it probably translates out of their assholes as well.
Sure. And I feel like Vietnam is a very stressful place, so stress isn't that good on the gut of Asia itself. Who has the stinkiest shit? Indians? Because there's a lot of saffron, a lot of spice there too.
Right. I feel like most of my picks are from that region of the world. Indians are definitely up there. A lot of them fucking shit in the streets. So I guess you could just go there and determine if it's the stinkiest shit or not just by walking around.
I mean, if you got time, there's so much going on over there. Fucking traffic is like death.
Yeah, like
tuk-tuks running around, running off of fucking vegetable oil and shit. Like, I don't know, man.
Just horns constantly and dirt flying everywhere and fucking poop on the road. India sounds pretty sweet.
Sounds pretty cool to go and see go up in the mountains and kind of look out and see the smog.
I mean, they eat some stinky ass food though. Yeah, it's all heavily spiced. It's vegetarian based. They eat a lot of beans and lentils and stuff like that, right? And I feel like the texture of most of their foods is pretty runny. I think the consistency thing, just for whatever reason, leads me to believe the shit would come out the same way, and that seems to have a stink to it when your shit comes out in a splatter, as opposed to a nicely formed turd. So
because it's everywhere. Like when you're smelling in a toilet bowl, it's like up and like you can.
It's like having like a fucking Dolby surround sound for your shit smells when you spray it. It comes out in a big cloud, instead of a few stink lines. So
yeah,
I think that adds to it.
Mexico, I feel like that would be pretty stinky.
Fair point, man. They eat a lot of greasy meats, a lot of beans. Shit that just makes you poop, a lot of sugars.
When you're putting sugar and beans it's gonna come out pretty fucked up.
Like Mentos and Coke, man. It's just gonna
Dude,
fly out of their bodies, dude.
just gonna be a fucking river of it.
They're poor
And
Mexican
that's,
assholes won't see what's coming till it's too late.
yeah. And plus you're mixing corn tortillas, and that's adding another layer of fiber. I don't know. I don't know about Mexico though. Because that could just be just healthy fiber.
It's true. I mean, they do eat a lot of protein over there. That could be a healthy diet. They probably eat a lot of vegetables too. They eat kind of questionable protein. That's what makes me think their shit may stink. But I mean, if it's prepared correctly, who's to say it's any stinkier than anything else? I had a couple other ideas, some kind of outliers. I was thinking maybe the Irish.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Irish food is kind of gross and stinky as it is, and they drink a lot of beer and just alcohol in general. You know, speaking from past experiences, drinking a lot of beer gives me gross shits. I think if they're pounding Guinnesses all day, eating mashed potato garbage, then they're just going to be shitting out mashed potato beer garbage out of their assholes all day.
Yeah,
It probably stinks real bad.
Yeah. And, I don't know about the British, but I know that their diets aren't the best.
I'm sure it's pretty similar. More mushy peas, less alcohol. I mean, I'm sure the British probably have stinky shits too, man. They eat a lot of curry over there too.
Yeah, like a lot of boiled stuff too.
It's preferred way of cooking.
Of course. Boil your steaks. Yeah, no thanks. Like, maybe Indonesians could have the stinkiest shit. Because, like, they just eat, whatever's going on there.
That's true.
What about the Russians? What do we say for the Russians?
I feel like the vodka consumption would probably stink. They eat a lot of root vegetables. I don't know if that would necessarily stink so bad.
A lot of like beets too.
Beets and potatoes is probably all they fucking eat, man.
Yeah, like a lot of homegrown stuff, I'm sure, which isn't really that bad. Some of it's gross.
I'm sure there's a lot of vodka, and
yeah,
I feel like that doesn't wreck your gut as bad as like some other alcohols and beers. So I'm sure they got stinky shit, but it's probably not the stinkiest. And it's cold up there, so as soon as you take a shit, the cold weather will kind of sink the stink down to the bottom of the floor. No one will really notice it.
Yeah.
So it's
point.
It's chill down there.
Very good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that initially. Man.
I'm pretty sure stink lowers in the cold. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's tough, really. What about the Italians? I feel like the Italians got some massive shits, like big shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gotta be releasing some big turds. It's all indulgent food,
Yeah.
A lot of dairy, a lot of meat, a lot of carbs. It's just got to be big old fucking garlic breads coming out of them.
Yeah, just big baguettes, and you just gotta flush it, and you gotta break it with a stick.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think the Italians be the troublemakers in the bathroom. I'm not quite sold that they'd be the stinkiest ones, but they would definitely plug the toilet the most.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is all hearsay. Like we don't know.
This is all real.
This is real stuff, but like we don't know. And so like, if there's our one Italian guy that can tell us how big of a shit he takes every day, then maybe we can. All right, well, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, I'd appreciate to get confirmation either way.
Like, who has the smelliest shit of all time?
Yeah, if somebody's like, "Oh, dude, my shit smells like cancer," then like I want to know about it. Where you come from?
Yes, I want to know what your diet is. I want to know how close to a nuclear power plant you are. Something. Something to dignify the stink.
Right, absolutely.
Because this has been bugging us, believe it or not.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever know, to be honest.
Yeah.
There'd have to be like a janitor at a very, very busy like airport or something, that like an international airport, that just he gets a whiff of a little something every day. Like they would be the ones that tell you. They'd be the soothsayers.
Oh yes.
What do you think? I was also like another outlier. I was thinking maybe Korean shit would smell really bad.
Sure.
They
Yeah,
eat
I
a
can, I
lot
can
of
believe
like
that.
Americanized food. They eat a ton of cheese, shit like that. They're eating cheese. They're eating kimchi. They're eating fucking stinky fish shit.
Oh,
Like you mix that all up together, man. Like that's just a disaster waiting to happen.
oh, it's just a powder keg until it explodes. Oh, the Brown River.
They're eating They eat spicy food too, like spicy fried chicken and shit. They're
And
eating
that'll hurt.
spicy, like spiced cheese, fish shit, and kimchi will make you fart forever. Like the
Ugh.
combination. I think the Koreans could have some stinky farts and poops coming our way.
But like the stinkiest.
Mm. It's hard to say. I don't know if I could pinpoint anybody.
Like, well, so how does all of this compare to American shit?
I'm
Like,
sure American shit. Like, well, that also depends. Like, what part of America we're talking about here. You know,
man, I'm gonna say the South has some
Mm.
stinky shit.
Oh, probably, dude.
That is mad poop right there.
They're just eating like fucking biscuits and gravy and crawfish all day, and
All day
a
with like
stinky old
cheap
oyster
beer.
po' boy. Yeah, you had to do like 32 bush lights, and they just shit it all out at once.
Dude, like, and like Bud Light Black. Oh, oh my goodness. Forget about it. But the Providence above that. What about the East Coast? They got fucking, the IPAs in there. That runs through me.
Oh,
Uh,
me too, man. If I have IPA, stay
uh,
away from me, man. I'll
yeah,
stink the room up.
yeah,
I'll fart, and then like I'll come back in the room an hour later, and I'm like, it'll still smell like a damn fart. That shit is so
so
pun-
damp.
pungent, just horrible.
Oh God. But like a whole like group of people. My God. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
so who would
So
have the stinkiest shits in America? Um, it'd be somewhere in the South. I'm just trying to like pinpoint what part of the South.
if I were to go with the West Coast, you got California there, you got Nevada, you got a lot of vegans on the
Mm,
West Coast. You know what I mean? So, uh, a lot of fiber, a lot of
mm,
a lot of nothing there. And some of them are bad drinkers. Shit, I know a couple, but it's like that mixed in with the fiber would also kind of be like kind of Ireland in a way with the shit factor. Um,
mm.
Canadians, do you think Canadians shit smells worse than in America?
I would doubt it only because like I know like their soft drinks are healthier, their fast food. They take steps to make all their garbage food a little healthier than ours. So
Sure.
I feel like just by cutting those corners and making it the shit tastes as delicious, they're gonna be a little healthier. Their shits and farts are gonna smell a little better than ours. It could be the same shit, just slightly healthier, and I think that'll give them the edge on the stink factor.
Sure. So Canadians and Australians, they have the least stinkiest shit.
I'd see them being pretty close. I feel like they're both like, kind of Americanized food. I don't know. I mean, at least for Canada, I've been to Canada. They do make shit healthier. I'd imagine Australia is probably the same way. A lot of their shitty food's a little healthier than ours.
Right.
So I'd imagine they'd be at least less stinky than the USA.
Yeah, absolutely. But the worst shits in America, huh? What about the Midwest? You got you got
Fucking Wisconsin, dude. They eat nothing but dairy there.
yes.
Dairy, big old cheese shits all day.
My God,
Ooh,
stop, dude.
ooh,
Ugh,
it's
get
rough.
rid of it. And that's hard coming out too. Literally like a lead coil out my asshole if I eat too much cheese. Just a
See that?
pipe.
That's a measure of how healthy you are in Wisconsin. I'm pretty sure is like how
Ugh.
sturdy your turds are.
If you need to break them up with a stick or not.
That's how you attract a fucking mate.
Yeah,
You
dude.
just go outside, take
You're
a
like,
big solid shit. Like,
you're like,
oh, that's a
honey,
solid one there. That's a solid tube.
honey, come in here and look at this. You like it? Tell me if you like this. You know?
Is this love?
Yeah, you know, and it could be better, but you know what?
Berries.
Thick shit.
That's a good shit, baby.
That's a real good. That's a
Oh
good cook.
yeah, that's a nice cheese shit there,
Yeah,
Gary. That's very
yeah.
good.
You know, I'm gonna fuck you. Who has the stinkiest shits in the world, Mike? Who do you give it to? It's see, but it's hard to defend your shit too. You
Right.
know,
It could, maybe I'm being biased, but it could very well be the American diet. We eat a lot of garbage. Like we eat a lot of fast
awful.
food, just shitty, greasy, sugary, salty foods that
Sure,
just
all the
destroy us.
dairy we consume
Right.
just runs out of it and just a filth.
I mean, I very well may have the stinkiest shit myself.
Yeah, it's me and you that have the stinkiest shits.
Yeah. Oh, they're stinky.
Man, who do you give it to?
I think I'm going to give the edge to the Koreans. And that's
Mm,
that's only because they eat a mixture of the stinky, gross Asian foods that are just notorious for being really stinky. And then
ugh,
they add like compared to other Asian countries, they eat a lot more dairy than others. And the dairy mixed with the stink, I think they just gotta have disastrous shits. I think they
sure,
just wreck the toilets. And they eat kimchi with everything. Kimchi will make you fart. Any like fermented foods are stinky. They're
absolutely,
just it's just yeah they're eating nothing good for your gut. They're just going to be shitting and stinking everywhere, and
sure.
the Koreans have the stinky poop. I'm gonna go with
Stinky
that.
poop. Yeah, Koreans. Yeah,
Stinky poop
I'm
award.
I'm going. Man, yeah, it's tough to go against Korea. You provide a lot of good points there. Um,
It ultimately comes down to diet, I think, for the most part. Like
yeah,
if you eat the stinkiest stuff, it's gonna stink the most.
yeah, good point. I'm gonna go with the Irish. I'm gonna go with the Irish. There's a lot of beer involved, a
Solid
lot of that.
choice.
Yeah, it's all that ground up meat, like not even just
Right.
haggis, but just ground up meat. Like, dude,
It's
like
all like shepherd's pie and potatoes and hamburger and shit.
potatoes and starch and man, like,
Starch and meat and beer. That's about it,
yeah,
man. Like
ugh,
throwing a pea every here and there and
dude, nah,
gravy and shit. Yeah, dude, that's a
no,
recipe for fart and poop fest.
yeah, that's just a riot in the bathroom, dude. So
Having
my
42 Guinness and taking a dump. Oof.
oof, oh god, and that Guinness does not smell good just as a beer.
Probably comes out the same
It
way,
is
dude. Like foams in the
dark.
toilet. You gotta wait for it to settle before you can flush it.
Of course, it's all dark. So I feel like dark shit smell the worst to
Yeah,
me.
they don't smell good. That's for
No.
sure.
And my diabetic shits, they smell like fucking clinic. Like, what the fuck? Like, it smells like plastic, like burning plastic sometimes. Ugh.
Yeah, see, we went with ethnicities. We didn't go with ailments because I feel like somebody with cancer might have the stinkiest shit. Like if somebody's got like butt cancer, they probably have the stinkiest shit
Oh,
over everybody.
right. Somebody with bad Crohn's. Ugh.
Nasty AIDS shit might be the nastiest thing you've
It,
ever smelled.
sure.
It doesn't.
What is your explanation on age shits?
I don't know, man. Like once your body starts failing, I feel like it can only like digest it so much, so it'd probably come out still food like. You'd probably like shit out something that smelled edible, but with a tinge of shit involved, and I think somehow that would be worse. You know,
Yeah.
to be like that.
Uh,
That smells like a Pop Tart covered in shit, and I could almost eat it, but I can't because it's covered in shit, and that's so much
uh,
worse.
yeah, with that fruitiness to it. No.
That fresh baked pastry smell that just filled with turds.
Awesome. Yes. Well, from my experience as a diabetic, my shits are pretty terrible. You know, my sugar intake kind of varies from day to day, and that plus insulin, like that's going in there for sure. Uh, sugar just pops up everywhere.
You're just injecting yourself full of shit juice. What you're doing, dude.
I mean, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Really all
So,
depends. Depends on the day that I'm having.
does insulin smell? Like, you ever sniff it?
Yes, it doesn't. It's a little bit tart. Insulin smells very tart.
I'm sure. Yeah, like a chemical or something.
Yeah, it's definitely like a chemical smell, but like as strong as bleach is, no. It smells like, when you first go into a hospital, like not into the ER or anything, but like you go into the hospital, that hospital smell, that smell of just clinic smell, if sanitized.
Right, it's almost like a mixture of smell of sick mixed with very clean.
Yes, it definitely smells like that, but like a lot
Controlled
cleaner.
sick.
Controlled
Okay.
sick. Insulin smells like controlled sick.
So if you take a a fucking insulin dump, then it just smells like a waiting room. That's not so bad.
Very stale. Let's go stale. Stale plastic smell.
It's a
But
burning plastic smell.
But it's a very unique shit smell. Like, it's so like well, it like catches you off guard. It's not like, oh, that smells like shit like that. Oh, that smells like a disease.
Ooh, that's actually interesting. So maybe you have the sneakiest shit, Nick.
I might have the stinkiest shit like on the planet because it's so off-putting.
Well, who has to say this? Like, stinkiest can mean anything. It can mean it could like just have the most pungent good smell or weird smell. Like, as long as it's the most, I don't know, like obvious to the nose, like the strongest scent.
The strongest scent, yeah.
So like if you shit out like a cologne turd, that would technically be the stinkiest shit.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
Good call.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm gonna but I'm still gonna go with Ireland. I'm still gonna go with the Irish with this.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That's a good choice.
But I feel like Korea's got the same thing. Like the spice alone is what'll really push the boundaries with that one.
Yeah, there are different kinds of factors that make both people shit. Irish obviously don't eat spicy food, but they do drink a lot more beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Koreans, yeah, they definitely do the spice, the dairy. They do all the bad shit for your gut. Anything that'll make you poop. So they're both stinky bastards as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's we're not really agreeing on anything, but yes.
Yeah, they're not stinky bastards, but their poop probably smells horrible. So if you're Irish and Korean and you disagree, just let us know.
And like we said, we're not out to hurt anybody. Hope you got a laugh with it at least. Like, oh yeah, I've had some stinky shit in my day.
I hope you listened and took a shit and agreed with us.
Yeah, I hope you listen to this podcast on the toilet anyway. I mean, that's where we have our audience. If this did offend you, right? If this did offend you, I'm incredibly sorry. I'm incredibly sorry that that's how you feel. That's not what our goal was. Absolutely not. But these are the jokes. All right. Why are you defending your shit? Don't defend your shit. Because it all smells bad. Awful. Awful smelling stuff. Nobody wants to smell shit.
It's honestly a level playing field, man. I mean, my shit smells horrible. Like don't get me wrong here. Like I'm not sitting here like putting myself on a shit pedestal.
Yeah.
No way. Like I've been in that bathroom. I know what's going on. Like completely objective.
Totally objective.
I'm looking at it purely from a diet point of view.
Absolutely.
Just things I think make people poop. And
man.
Some people eat more poopables than others.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's who consumes the most poopables? We think the worst smelling poopables come from Ireland and Korea. That's all right.
It's possible.
Yes.
It's possible. I mean, we're not experts.
No.
call scientists. They might know what's going on.
Yeah,
They'll
just
tell you.
yeah. It's all up in the air. The shit is in the air. We don't want shit hitting the fan here at the podcast. Okay. All right.
Well
Uh,
said.
yes. So there you go. That's a segment. Whose shit smells the worst? Well, that's that one. Yay. Good work, everybody.
Shit, man. I think the cook a dick segment was probably 45 minutes itself.
Yeah. That was a long one. We really went into it. Good work, everybody. Good work. These are good discussions.
Shit, man. I think the cook a dick segment was probably 45 minutes itself.
Yeah. That was a long one. We really went into it.